Okay, this is a problem from 5.4 rational equations and solving rational equations. So the first thing you probably notice when you look at this problem is that there are lots and lots of fractions, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to take care of those fractions. We're going to multiply everything by the LCD. So the LCD in this case, this denominator on the right is nicely factored for us to x minus 3, x plus 3. We can see that's in common for these as well. And so that's what we're going to do is just multiply every term by x minus 3 and, and x plus 3. And x plus 3. Okay, so we'll multiply to each term. The way I like to think about it is we'll be left with whatever they didn't have. So the first one has an x minus 3, so the x minus 3 is gone, along with, if we were writing it here too, this x minus 3 would be gone, and we're just left with x plus 3 times 6. So 6 times x plus 3. Okay, what about the second one? Well, it has x plus 3, so it's only going to get an x minus 3, and the x plus 3 is gone. So plus x times x minus 3. Now the last one has both x minus 3 and x plus 3, and so they would cancel out. If that didn't really make sense the way that I was doing it, I would recommend just writing out each term like this and just saying, okay, x minus 3 and x plus 3. Hopefully you'll do it in a place where you have a little more space, and then you can see that you cancel it and you're left with just the x minus 3. So anyway, or x plus 3, whatever it is. So yeah, if it makes sense to do without writing it for each one and you just multiply by what it doesn't have, that works. Or if you need to write it out, that works too. Just choose a method that makes sense. Okay, so for the last one, both canceled, and so we're left with negative 6x plus 10. Now we need to distribute out, combine like terms, and kind of see what we have. So we'll get 6x plus 18 plus, we'll distribute that x into both, so we get x squared minus 3x equals negative 6x plus 10. Now right away I see when I've got an x squared term, that tells me everything needs to be brought to the same side and set equal to 0. So I can combine the terms on the left first if I want. So I can say, okay, x squared, positive 6x minus 3x, I'll be left with plus 3x plus 18 equals negative 6x plus 10. And now I need to bring both of these terms over and set it equal to 0. So I'll add 6x to both sides. I'll subtract the 10, so it cancels there. That will cancel from both sides. And let's work this out. So we get x squared, 3x plus 6x will get plus 9x. Positive 18 minus 10 will get plus 8. And now it's equal to 0. So now we can factor this and solve. So we're looking for factors of 8 that add up to 9. Well, 8 and 1 will work. So I can do x plus 8 times x plus 1 equals 0. Now because they're equal to 0 and I have two factors multiplied by each other, I can use this a times b equals 0. If a times b equals 0, then either a equals 0 or b equals 0. And so we can find out what case x plus 8 will equal 0 and what case x plus 1 will equal 0. So we just basically set them both equal to 0. We solve minus 8 minus 8 minus 1 minus 1. So we get x equals negative 8 and negative 1. Now it might feel like you're done here, but don't stop. Whenever you're dealing with fractions, you have to be careful and make sure you don't end up with any extraneous solutions. What that means is you get one of the solutions that would make the denominator 0. Well, on this one we got lucky. X minus 3, x plus 3, negative 8, negative 1, we're going to be okay. And so for this one, those will be our solutions. But just get in the habit every time of checking. One idea you can do is at the bottom you could write x cannot equal 3 and negative 3. You could do that right at the beginning just to remind yourself to check. So I hope that makes sense. First, multiply by the LCD and then simplify combine like terms, set everything equal to 0, factor, and solve. Let me know if you want to see any others.